right? The Democrats are the people that give you the fish. They give you the fish and keep making you relying on it, so that whenever basically whenever somebody's giving you something, they can control you. That's it's that simple. If they give you something, you can control you because they know you need it.
Yep.
It's just like a drug addict. Once they get you hooked on them drugs, they know you're gonna
Then
come
they take
back.
it from
They know they can get you to do pretty much anything they want you to do because now they got you hooked. And
you.
that's what they're doing when they give us all of these damn benefits. Not saying that it don't help out with certain stuff. Yes, but look at you gotta look at the negative side of what it does to us. Now the Republicans' philosophy is basically we ain't finna give y'all motherfuckers no
No
handy.
handouts. Right.
This is what you can do. Look, this shit, and this is going back to the fishing analogy. Um, the person that's tell you like one of them give you the fish, you come to them like, yeah, all right, here, I'm gonna give you 2 fish a day. Don't worry. Every time, just come back. All you gotta do is do this and do that. I'm gonna give you fish every time you need it to come in. And then the next one who got a bunch of fish over there, you come to them and they tell you, I ain't giving you shit. I don't care how much I got. But this is what I will do. Here's a rod. I'm gonna teach you. You see how I'm doing it. You see how I'm catching. You see how I caught the bait, got the bait, and put it on there. You see how I hook it, and I catch it like that. If you can learn that shit, then you can be just like me. That's the much better route to me than somebody who keep giving you the fish. So that's how I see it when it comes to that shit with the cutting the benefit stuff, bro. Like, um, obviously a lot of our families and stuff like that started suffering, but like I said, it's because they're too reliant on it.
Complacent.
Yeah, and they just don't want to, and then they don't want to be as accepting to change because once we get to this point and all of us are off that shit, bro, because that's what black people do. We survive. That we have historically done this shit. You know how much shit has been done to us, and we keep surviving. So this is just another, one of those things that we're just gonna learn to survive with. And then now that we like all eventually we're gonna be like, bro, we don't need food stamps. We don't need those extra little benefits and stuff like that. We good. We learned how to work the system, which is what we need. And Takari kind of made a comment earlier. I took it out because y'all was cooking so long. I just said fuck it. But he said something that made a lot of sense. They don't teach financial literacy in our schools. He's telling the truth when he said that. That's one of the huge part of, bro. It's so much stuff that dealing with finances, bro, that I had no clue about until I was like damn near sophomore in college. They not teaching that shit. That's our one of our biggest issues. He's not lying when he said that. So that's how I see with a lot of stuff that y'all were going back and forward with, and like Forrest Trump and how he's affecting us. I look at it another one how Farrakhan was saying, bro, y'all got to learn how to use some of this stuff Trump is doing to your benefit and stop complaining about the shit all the fucking time. We have to
Right. I
get
agree.
to the point. I mean, I'm pretty much. I'm gonna close it. I know, Solo. You want to go ahead and go. I'm gonna close it out with that. Go ahead. You can go ahead and give one. I don't want you to lose it. Go ahead.
Okay, so I guess I understand what you're saying. I just think that I guess two things when it comes to the Republicans replacing these social programs. When you say, well, we're going to take it away because we've gotten handicapped on these programs and we're going to take it away and you're going to survive, right? So, if that's the analogy, is that
It is.
what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's how
I
I
Yeah,
see it.
think,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how
well,
we always have been.
right,
Right.
but why would there be something as an option when we know that they haven't given us sort of a replacement with it? They're not saying, okay, ma'am, quit your job because in Memphis it's 7.25 is the minimum wage. quit your 725 job, and we're going to make you go here so you can get a certification and you can increase your program. So now, as a Section 8 tenant, you can now afford your rent. That's not what they're doing. They're cutting Section 8 and they're telling you, go find somewhere for you to afford rent. And I think that when it comes to things like that, we just haven't seen the growth in the economy that will allow people to sort of make a upward move like that in their economic power as individual people. So if this lady is working at, she has Section 8, but she's working at McDonald's making 725, we're saying you've gotten comfortable with that. So we're gonna take away your Section 8 and have you go figure out where you're gonna live now because you've gotten complacent with the rent amount, or you've
Well,
gotten
basically, what
complacent with
he
the food
did with that
stamps.
though
But
is
I'm
just
not. If I could finish. So you're saying cut those programs, cut your food stamps, cut your state assistance that you're getting, all of that. We're going to cut that and have you go survive off the 725. I think the alternative would be like, okay, well, while you're on Section 8, maybe you need to go get a certification and we'll pay for it so you can increase your income. That's not what they're doing. They're just cutting those things and saying, go find a better job. But what if I don't have skills? Go find a better job. We don't see that type of growth in people's individual economic power without some type of formal education, some place where they've gotten a better economic opportunity. You just can't have this person making minimum wage and then you cut all of their benefits and now they're sort of relying now solely on their 725 job to be able to afford their living because they're going to survive it. That's not, to me, that is not an option. That is something that hurts people more than it helps them. If you're saying that you're going to cut their benefits and leave them without their benefits that they have gotten accustomed to, and then have them figure it out and survive, especially as black people, as disorganized as we are, I think that is not a good idea.
so. I'm gonna make 2 points. One, I want to say about the Section 8 thing. To my knowledge, I could be wrong on this. If somebody knows more about this, correct me if I'm wrong. But to my knowledge, he is just he put a 2 year interval, put 2 year thing on it that you only can have Section 8 for 2 years. Am I wrong on that?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. So basically, he's not just throwing your ass out saying fuck your Section 8. He's saying you gotta have 2 years because me personally, everybody don't know this. I'll tell the child a really quick story. When I first moved to LA, I was homeless for a while. I was homeless for a while, and I had to get I actually applied for Section 8 because during my first years, I was broke and wasn't making nothing. I had to, I was looking for housing. So it was like you said, it's a long list on the Section 8 list because um because there's so many people already on it. But if you take the 2 years and you then find a way to come up, then you get taken off. You know what I'm saying? That gives other people that's also struggling. Cause like look at Los Angeles. Look at Los Angeles. It's so many homeless people out there that can't get on Section 8 because the slots are filled. But if they only have a certain time period that they can be on it, and then next you give the next group time to get on it, I think that can help. Because bro, 2 years to me, 2 years of only paying $30 for rent and barely paying anything on your life and stuff like that, and then you work. First off, if you're making 725 hour, you shouldn't have one job. I'm just being honest. You shouldn't have one job. You should have more than one. But if you do that and you're on Section 8, you have two jobs that's paying. Let's say you got two jobs that's paying at 725, and you save. you manage your money for 2 years, bro, you should be up.
In your opinion, you should be up. But
You
that's
should,
not realistic for everybody. In your opinion, you should be up.
Well, this is
bro.
the thing
You
with
should be up.
sacrifice come in, right? So I'm going to tell you about sacrifice. I just want to make a comment. So I was working, right? And I have a partner, me and my boyfriend, right? And I told him, instead of, buying, I wore the same shoes for like 2 years. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck that, because we have an objective. I want to get this food truck because I want to create opportunity. So all the unnecessary stuff that we don't need cable. You know what I mean? Let's not fuck that. Let's not. Let's exit that cable bill out. I don't need no iPhone 11. You know what I mean? I'm cool with my own for iPhone 5 because I have an objective. You know what I mean? And I wasn't making that much. But two incomes is better than one, and we have a plan. We had a strategy. So I said, we're going to save this money. In 2 years, we saved $30,000. Well, more than 30, but that's what we put. We bought the food truck with. We gave them $30,000. You know what I mean? So this is my point that I'm trying to make. It's opportunity. No matter if you have slow motion is better than no motion. If you got a job that's paying 725, that's still better than a motherfucker that ain't got no job making nothing. You know what I mean? You could take $3 and that 50 cent instead of going buy a perm to perm your hair, instead of going to do this and put that shit to the side. You got to put priority before wants. And that's what a
That's
lot of
what I
people
was
don't
gonna
do,
get to.
And my point, yeah, that's my point. And like I say, people get complacent. They got these programs. They're like, we making $77.25, just like, to what we'll go back what she's saying. This like that Kanye West song said. Remember when he said, when it all falls down, they
Yeah.
make so much that they can just buy a car, get some Air Jordans, and they're comfortable with that. They're not
Yeah.
looking at the bigger picture.
Right.
But then you got some people out here, we sacrificing. We like, no,
Uh-huh.
fuck that, because something's gonna happen. And when it happen, I want to be prepared.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
that's
my point that I'm trying to make. Too many people
what
being complacent, and how Jamie say, y'all get on these Section 8 programs, get their ass out of the way, recycle them. It's other people out here that need that opportunity so that they can be able to come up too. You want to be on Section 8 for 10 years paying $30 a month, or these housing programs, living in
and
these
still,
projects
you know
paying
what's
$20
crazy?
a month.
You know what else is crazy about that? And that's what I was gonna get to. These people that's on that Section 8, bro, be still broke, bro. And I know she's saying, in my opinion, but this is
Yeah.
my thing. This is my thing. Like you said, if you're if you're working your butt off saving, which is what you should be doing. I'm just being honest, bro. You should be doing it. I'm not saying that we all do it, but we all have our own flaws and stuff that we do and stuff like that. We spend shit on money on shit that we probably shouldn't spend it on. We all
That's what I'm
do.
saying. You gotta sacrifice.
But yeah, exactly. That's where the sacrifice comes in. Like, bro, if you know this is what it is, and I'm not even attacking, saying that the people don't deserve to be on the Section 8. What I am saying is it's here already. And I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing because, like I said, I was a victim of it, and I know so many other people that was wanting to get on Section 8 and they couldn't because the slots were filled. So if you can't find a way to, now that you know you only got 2 years to cut, like you said, let's not get that perm, let's not get them J's, let's not get this don't be good trying to eat luxurious food and stuff outside and stuff like that, and all other clothes, other things that you just don't need. Only deal with necessity for those years, bro. You're gonna be up. That's the only way you can't be is if you're doing unnecessary spending. Now, if you have different multiple kids, then that's different because it's hard to do it when you got kids.
That's the only way you qualify for Section 8 is if you have kids.
No, it's not.
That's yeah, because I
Or
know a few men that's on
No, it's
Section 8 and
not.
them niggas ain't got no kids.
I
or
know you don't know it.
Wait, but I need to say something real
which
fast. This is
state?
important to everybody.
Which
If you got
state
money,
which state do you
In
not
California, I
have
know some
kids?
right now.
So there is no kids on there that they have told them that they're taken care of. Not that they don't have kids, but if there's a kid
My
that they're
brother
saying
right
lives
now,
in right there.
Darius Centrail Miles, right now, they're putting him on there for Section 8 because of what's been going on with him. And he has no kid.
But he's like unable to work, right?
Somewhat.
That's
But
what Trump was saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. These are people who can't. These are not people making $50,000-$60,000 a year. These are people who are living in poverty. But I think that's beside the point.
I understand.
But I want you to keep going because I have a response to that. What you're saying.
wait, I gotta tell you something real fast. If any one of y'all got money and y'all trying to invest and you trying to save, keep it to yourself. Don't tell nobody. Don't research what you trying to invest in on the phone. Go to the library. Don't do nothing on these phones. Don't talk on these phones because they listening. And you might be thinking, oh, I'm a little nobody. I'm not a mogul. I'm not a big figure. They're not gonna come after me. Lies. Lies. Especially if you're trying to make a change. Especially if you're trying to make a change. They'll send a CIA agent to your ass and you won't even know it. They'll set up a whole elaborate scam just to steal your money. Especially if they trying to know you're trying to do something beneficial in your community. They don't want that. So listen to what I'm telling you. If anytime you about to invest with somebody, go to the local county clerk office. Make sure this person don't have any lawsuits. It's all public record, public information. Make sure they don't have any lawsuits. Make sure they don't have any prior convictions. Do all of this if for any company, any corporation. Cause they out here scamming, and we're in a system. If they know you're trying to do something big to make a difference and you conscious, they're gonna try to block you. And that's what I want to see. Because that's important. They listening and they watching. And you might think, damn, I'm a nobody. I ain't shit. No, you not. No, you not. It only take that one person, you know what I mean, to come out of nowhere and create opportunity, and they want to stop you. So keep it to yourself. Don't research on this phone. Everything you're doing on this phone, they keeping track of. That's how you know. You be like, damn, I was just thinking about that. How that pop up? You got to be very careful because let's say, Taj, if you Google something on your phone, or Jamie, a Solo, some information, and I try to Google something, certain information is going to come to you that's not going to come to me. You may have access to more than I'll have access to. I may be limited. You know what I mean? Because I did it. I say, let me research something off my phone and see what'll pop up, and then research something off somebody else's phone. They had so much information come up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why don't I? And I Google through the same search Google engine. But that's because I be talking a lot of conscious shit. In the government, they don't want conscious people to come up and rise because they want to have control. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all got some money, y'all trying to invest, don't research nothing on your phone. Don't tell nobody. Keep it to yourself and just do it. That was my biggest mistake because they stole my money. So I just wanted to let y'all know because it's important. They got me. I don't want them to get nobody else.
Okay. Appreciate that insight. But yeah, to finish up, I know she wanted me to finish up. To finish up what I was saying, it's weird. It's like nobody else gets the echo but me. I don't know why. But anyways, do y'all hear it when I be talking?
I hear it.
Okay.
Let me mute mine and see if that's it.
No. Yeah. I mean, but anyways,
Now he not echoing.
yeah, I'm not. But what I'm saying is that with the Section 8 stuff like that, even with the, I think it should be some conditions, you know what I'm saying? Like people with a disability that is incapable of working, a job. Yes, they should have it. Because I mean, there's really nothing they can do. It's certain people that are just really incapable of working. You do have such people.
Right.
And like maybe, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think that's really where it should end. Because like to be honest with you, even the and I know this is gonna sound harsh to certain people, but it's the truth. Even the kids aspect of it. That is gonna teach people to stop, stop having all these kids with people that you know not willing to stick with you or capable of being there with you to take care of those kids. We gotta start holding ourselves accountable with this, and that's on both sides. You know what I'm saying? It's not no. I'm not going to single it out to say it's a woman thing or a man thing, but either way, it needs to stop, and you give other people opportunities to be on it that actually needs to be on it. That pretty much what
I
I
wanted to
was.
say what you said right now, but I didn't want to say it because I'm a woman. So coming from a man is different. But I was thinking the same thing. Like these women having these kids with all of these men. You know what I mean? Then they playing a victim. Or we got these kids. It's hard. But as being a woman, you know what I mean? Intuitively, you know when a man not right or when he is, and you just laying up there having them babies trying to trap him, and now he gone. Like we women. This is something nobody have to tell us. You just know. Now you trying to, yeah. So I wanted to say that, but coming from me, being a woman, I'm like, it's gonna sound harsh because they're gonna be like, oh, you a woman, and I'm like, man, but that's a valid point.
Accountability. That's literally what it is.
Cause I knew
You,
I was with a few people. Hell no, I ain't having no kid with him. This nigga ain't shit. No, indeed, no.
Yeah,
you have to clarify that.
like that.
No, indeed, no.
Yeah.
you know.
What else? What
Okay,
else? Huh?
so I just wanted to respond to that, Jamie. I mean, I I live in Arizona. I'll be honest with you. In order to get cash assistance in Arizona, first of all, the amount is very low, but you can only get it for 12 months unless you have something else going on with you. But if you able-bodied, you usually only get 12 months of cash assistance in Arizona. So I understand that they have been implementing these little laws that says you can only get certain benefits within certain amount of years unless there's something going on with you. I just think that instead of telling the government, let's give these poor people 2 years to get their lives together, even though we're not going to do anything to help, we're going to help you for 2 years, tell you to get it together for 2 years, and then I'm going to put you off of government assistance so I can let someone else move in. I just think that's a good argument for the government because they're the ones paying for it. But for me as a citizen, I'd rather say to the government, well, how about you guys build more Section 8 housing for more people who need assistance, regardless of how long they need it. Maybe you try to invest in these people. Maybe you try to help them get trades or go to school or increase their economic system before you kick them off of state assistance and leave them to, this economy that you have that people can't survive in. So for me, that's just the option. Is to give them more money because I don't to me when I hear people sort of scrutinize government assistance, it always seems to blame the people who are receiving the benefits instead of the government who creates this economic system that people cannot survive on, or that it relies on cheating poor people out of money, giving them fees when they don't have stuff. So it's the whole system in America is to feed off of the poor people. It's just that a lot of times when people earn less than we do, well, for me, less than I do, that they, to me, get taxed harder than I do. Right. So I don't know. Maybe I have an empathy for them. But I just feel like we spend a lot of time trying to scrutinize the people who are receiving these benefits and not the economic environment that we live in. Right
I got a
now,
question
rent
for you.
is crazy. Right now, expenses is crazy. Right now, we are, as America, we're developing all of these adults who can't afford college, they can't afford to go to trade, or maybe they have a few kids and they can't do that, right? Maybe they have made a few mistakes, but you also have education. The cost of education is expensive. The cost of getting a 725 job because you just graduated from high school and you have no skills, right? That costs you a lot because you're not able to make the money because you have a low skill job. So
You
we
know,
have to consider the opportunities that this system creates for people, because you can say that, oh, I made it. Well, I feel as though everybody have the ability to make the same decision I did when I decided to get my life together. I don't think that everyone is awarded those opportunities, and if they're not, then I don't think that we should say, well, you need to figure it out. I don't care what you need to do, but you need to. I just don't think that that's realistic, and it's fair. I just think that people are going around in this world going through all type of stuff, and instead, especially we as Black people, like, to me, I find that to be probably the worst aspect of it, because we're the ones that's at the bottom. So of course we're the ones that's going to be targeted the most. And then you have us as Black people who don't have any economic power to help these people who are getting kicked off of these government programs. For us to be sort of celebrating that just seems to be doing more harm than
So
not.
my
I mean,
thing
it's not
is,
like Black
Celebrate.
people. It's not like Black people are going to now start providing this assistance to the people who are receiving these governmental programs. So I just don't think that that's something we should be celebrating.
I'm gonna say this and I'm
Instead,
gonna
we're
let it
like,
go.
damn, it's fucked up.
Some Black people are so ignorant they don't want to learn. That goes back to what you were saying. Some Black people rather just have the fish be given to them, and they don't want to learn how to fish themselves. And the more ignorant they are, the more dangerous they are. You know, you could try to bring a hoist to the, you can lead a hoist to the water, but you can't make them drink it, and they dangerous. And that's what we realizing. Sometimes, you know, Black I here give you an example, and then I'm gonna just go ahead on about my business. It was a Black man. I had locked my keys out the house, and I was calling Yaki.